Hello and welcome to the Side Escape Gaming Podcast. I'm your host Jake Burke and I'm joined as always by James St. Charles. James, how the hell are you?
It's perfect. I'm doing perfect.
You're doing perfect, man. This is going to be a show. We were just talking about it. I got energy up the wazoo. I'm ready to party.
And energy.
Whew. Whew. And I played a lot of games
It's like
this
you're
week.
not even hungover.
God, I'm a little hungover. But you know what? The power of LaCroix, we're making it through.
Oh.
Hold on.
What flavor? Lime?
Oh, lime. Dude, I wish, here's my dream, before we jump into any podcast shit, that one day we get big enough, okay? One day we get huge, right?
Yeah.
We buy out IGN, right? We buy them and we fire them all.
Yeah. We buy it out and burn it down.
And burn it down. I mean, I like IGN, but it's gone, okay?
We build it up.
We buy Kotaku, gone, okay? We are the only ones left. And then LaCroix buys us. And then we start the LaCroix gaming podcast. That's the dream.
LaCroix in gaming, that's the next step.
That's the next step. That's their next thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Drinks in gaming are big. Red Bull, Monster,
right?
Come on.
LaCroix. It's just water. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, but have some fun.
Yep.
Because
LaCroix and Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, LaCroix Game Pass. Lexbox. Because this is the Side Escape Gaming Podcast, where every Monday morning a new episode goes live on youtube.com on Side Escape. That's our YouTube channel. It's not /Side Escape yet. We'll get there. Once a week, we sit down and Skype across 500 miles to talk about the latest video game news, like Dan Houser leaving Rockstar, because we're going to talk about that's huge.
That's huge.
A main topic, which we're going to go through some 25 questions possibly of asking your friends for video games. And we slowly build the Side Escape Gaming Top 20 all-time list. And James, this is your week to pick, so I'm excited to see. We're adding one game at a time. But before we do any of that, before we talk games, let's talk about what we've been playing. James, let's start with you.
Yes. Okay. First game.
It's
a beta.
It's a beta.
Legends of Runeterra.
What the fudge stars is that?
Card game from Riot.
Oh.
One of the first games that they're coming out with.
Is this like a League of
Riot
Legends
has a whole
spin-off kind of
slew
thing?
of games. What?
Does this have to do with League of Legends, like spin-off?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like League of Legends IP in a card game.
They're doing that with a bunch of
Very similar to Hearthstone with Blizzard IP in a card game. And the play is like you take most of Magic, and then you take the combat of Hearthstone, and that's the game.
What do you mean by the combat of Hearthstone?
Like you can, the way you can attack and then assign blockers is similar to
Hearthstone.
Well, it's similar to Magic, but Hearthstone in the sense that you can't double block.
Okay.
So you can't stack blockers. There's like priority, that's similar to Magic. There's sorcery spells, instant spells, stuff like that. Split second spells. So it's pretty robust.
Okay.
But it's simple in the way it's like the Hearthstone format simplicity, where cards are pretty basic. There's only one counter spell in the whole entire game.
Oh,
which is pretty nice. That's great.
That's cool.
There's only one counter spell.
Everybody uses
it. The game, the decks are like aggro, combo, and control.
How does acquiring new cards work? Is it all microtransactions up the butt?
Microtransaction, but you can easily. They have like a good rewards tree
so
that you can go down. And so far, I haven't spent anything, and I've been playing like a week.
Okay, wow, that's
and I'm close to like a real deck, basically. The hardest part is you have these cards called champions cards, like legendary cards, basically, or mythic rare from Magic, and they're pretty good. And so the champions cards are based off of League of Legends champions. They have like Lucian, Hecarim, like stuff like that, and they have really great abilities, but it's hard to get those cards.
Okay.
So, and then also if you wanted to let's say if you wanted to pay to win, there's like a cap every week. You can only buy like
that's
3 or
really
4 wild cards to make a card, so you can't just like be OP and buy your deck.
Can you buy individual cards, or do you have to buy booster packs that give cards?
You buy. So it's similar to what game does this? I'm trying to think of the card. There's another card game that does wild cards.
Okay.
I think it was Gwent.
Gwent.
So you can get wild cards, and those can make. Oh no, actually, Magic Arena does that.
Oh.
MTG Arena.
Yeah.
You can buy a wild card. Except in Magic, you can't buy wild cards. You have to like open packs, which is dumb. But you could buy a wild card, but you can only buy so many, and then that can be used to create any common, any rare.
That's cool.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So, been enjoying it. I was like addicted last night, just playing a little bit, and the game feel is pretty robust for beta. Like, I'm surprised how far along they are.
Oh, really?
Little things they could adjust on, but it's a great, like, groundbreaking game. I will never play Hearthstone again with this.
Wow.
That's how good it is. But Magic is still top tier. Like,
Wow.
you can't get away from the good complexity and intricacies of Magic.
Okay.
But MTG Arena is just so pay to win, and Magic Online is pay to win. This game feels like a little bit. I can just keep playing, get rewards, and get the cards.
Oh. Hey,
we're
gonna break the illusion of the podcast. James, turn down your left light.
Left light?
Yeah, you're very hot.
This one?
Yeah, your left. Oh my god, yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay.
Okay, cool. You were like.
There we go.
Anyways, okay, so
Right.
you recommend it? Is it free to just play to join, and then, or do you have to buy an actual like initial?
I think I got in through a beta invite.
Okay.
But some people got in pretty early, and I don't know if it's open beta yet. It might be, because I got an email with a beta invite.
Okay.
But I know they were like sending out like
A bunch of them.
routinely keys, and it's getting there.
Okay.
So, and I'm looking forward to, if this game's just as good, there are other games that are coming out, especially those story games.
Hey,
This
one of
one's
them looked
pretty
really cool at the Game Awards, and then it had the League of Legends tag on
And
it. I was
Echo
like, oh, okay. Is the
because
the Metroidvania
you think this company, and they've only had one game for so long.
I know.
How many years? 8-9 years, basically. And now they're coming out with like a fighting game, like a CS:GO type game.
I'm interested if it
Really
works
crazy.
for them in the League of Legends. Like, I know a lot of people play League of Legends, so they'll play these offshoot games. But I wonder if they would play a Riot game without having a League of Legends tag. Because for me, as an outsider,
You don't have any attachment.
I have no attachment to League of Legends, and honestly, it being a League of Legends story makes me like
Less interested.
Yeah, like I forget who's the Shocky guy that, like, the story game that's coming out. It's like a platformer.
Echo.
Yeah, the Echo.
is the
Remember that
champion
trailer we were watching it together? I was like, this looks awesome, and then it popped up as like a League of Legends story. It's like, oh well, okay.
Echo's like a transistor type character, if you were like take that. So, but
Oh, you're speaking my language.
but
I
yeah,
love
but
Transistor.
you don't know. Yeah, you're right. You don't know a lot of lore. But that being
yeah.
said, the game doesn't really have a lot of lore. The lore is like the trailers for
Right.
like a release champion. So this is kind of new for a lot of League of Legends players because there's not lore built around it. Whereas Blizzard had WoW and StarCraft, which actually had the good stories and lore.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
So when they came out with Here's the Storm, you can be able to feel attached to some of them.
Yeah, I'm just curious if it works in their favor or if it doesn't. It's an interesting experiment that I don't think anyone's done. So we just talked about the beta you played. Now I want to talk about a beta, but that we both played. Disintegration by, I think it's V1. Is that their name? I should have looked this up. This is dumb.
I didn't look at.
I'll look it up really quick. But yeah, so Disintegration. It's made by Halo.
Ex-Halo
devs. Yeah. So yeah, let me pull it up. Disintegration. But yeah, so it's made by ex-Halo devs, and it's like give a brief description for people that don't know.
You take StarCraft and you put like a sort of you combine StarCraft with Hawken, if anyone's played Hawken, like a mech warrior type game. But you're like not quite God View with StarCraft. You're in the middle. You're not at the ground level. You're not in the
fray.
sky.
Yeah, you're like on a little hover bike.
You're in the middle. You're like 20 feet above the ground. You're in what they call hover bikes, and you have ground units you can control barely. Like you can't control them like Micro in StarCraft, but you can control like their abilities and stuff, which is cool. And so far from what we've played, like the multiplayer, I played 3v3. I think that was all the right.
That's all there was. How many games did you play?
Like 3.
Yeah, I played around like 3. So yeah, it's like it's a strategy game, but you're a part of the fight and you're shooting as well.
Yeah,
I thought it controlled really well. It's developed by V1 Interactive, which I think this is their first game. If I recall. Yeah, and Private Division's are publishing it. Yeah, it looks like it's their first game. Now everyone's seeing this.
It felt pretty good for beta.
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
I think their overall goal with what they wanted wasn't there for me.
Right.
Like the microing of the units, you could take out all of those little units you control and just have the hover bikes fight each other, and it would be a great game.
So that's where
what would happen is like they felt like they would do nothing. They would all die, and then you'd pick them up, and then they'd respawn. I
think that's why it was very surprising that they did a multiplayer beta, where I was like, I think the single player is gonna be super fun.
Story is probably gonna be great because like Halo War story is great, and all that stuff.
And I think just the fact
StarCraft
of
story is good.
How the game controls doesn't feel like it's meant to be a multiplayer game.
No, well, as well as like wondering 1v1. So 1v1 StarCraft,
Yeah.
great. That's like basically StarCraft.
Yeah.
3v3, it is all over the place because you can 2v1 someone and it's over, and that's what I felt like I was doing. We would like 3v1, 2v1 someone, and they would just go down.
Right.
Wouldn't even be able to fight. You can mow someone down, and their units weren't doing anything to you.
Yeah. How did you like the controls? Because we both played on PlayStation.
Yeah, the controls are great.
I
Like
thought
exactly how the tutorial, awesome tutorial.
Yeah, the tutorial was like, damn, this
really
is really
clean.
getting me
Boom, get you like up to speed and get into the, get into the fray.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it's gonna work for PC because people would like to like have more control of the units, but should be good.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm very curious.
Hawkeye I played on PC. That's fun with the keyboard mouse, but
yeah.
It was great, but at the same time, like you wanted like a top level view of the map because you were kind of just in between buildings trying to figure out where to go. You can see stuff across. You don't have like a good map view, I'd say. Right. It needs like a good.
I don't think it's going for that. But I think that hurts it. And I just think the multiplayer was a weird way to show it off.
Yeah.
Like there should have been a single player mission, be like, here's how the game plays in story, and like that just for me that sounds more appealing. I don't know. We'll see. Disintegration.
Multiplayer betas are good for games that are kind of already established.
Yes.
Like if you're in a series like a Halo, like a new Halo game, and you do the multiplayer, it's like, oh yeah, that's already established. That's good.
Yeah.
But doing it for a new game, it's like, I guess if you want people just to play your multiplayer, but I think the story is what they were showing with a lot of the trailers.
Well, and they had different like hover bikes, right? Did you try out any of the like other hover bikes?
Oh, I like those. Yeah, the different classes.
There's different classes.
I tried like the tankier one. I tried the speedier.
And I thought the cosmetics were pretty cool. Like there's like samurais and knights.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's
this is
the
fun.
samurai die with you.
Yeah.
The abilities are fun too. The different types of guns you can use.
And different like units and how they interact. I think it's good. There's something there. I just am cautious on the I just don't think the multiplayer is very fun.
Yeah, and then when I was thinking about like from a competitive point, observing it would be absolute chaos. Like there's just so much going on.
Yeah. Speaking of just really quick on that before I jump into what I've been playing, because I've been playing a lot. I watched a little bit of Overwatch League on YouTube because now it's exclusive on YouTube. God, I really just the way that they film that game being played is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like the tools that they've put into that game and how the commentators. It's
because before it was clunky. It's all hell.
Yeah, it was like jumping around to people's like first person view, and now they have like the custom camera and stuff. It's
they copied a lot what Counter-Strike did, where they have like cameras and zones, which is what they needed.
Yeah,
and because watching first person all the time is jarring.
It gives you a headache. Okay, games that I've been playing. I've been playing 4 different games within the last week.
Ooh.
Been jumping around. All right, we're gonna start with the game that I was supposed to have a review for. That I've played Darksiders Genesis. It was $30 on Steam. I got it for like $22 on sale. So what it is it's like a hack and slash top-down view, and you have different abilities. And I've never played a Darksiders game, so I guess you play as the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. You play as Strife in War in this game that I played of the first 45 minutes. The opening cutscene's really cool, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a cool game. And then it's like, it just became really clunky. It feels okay to control. The art is kind of bland. It's a very bland game.
Got it.
It's not like, and all the abilities were honestly just bland. It is a bland video game that was just kind of boring. And I played about 45 minutes of it, and then in my head I was like, shit, this game looks a lot like Hades from Supergiant. I think I just want to play Hades. And so I turned it off. So I don't think we'll be reviewing Darksiders Genesis because I don't want to play more of that game. I'll just eat the $22 and whatever. Call it a day.
So that's typically not like a Darksiders game, because Darksiders games are kind of third person.
Yeah, they're like Zelda-like.
Zelda, yeah.
I've been told I'd really like Darksiders. I actually want to see if I think I might own some on PlayStation
You probably
Plus.
would. And I think there's some on Game Pass.
Ooh.
Is there some on Game Pass?
There might be.
I believe so. Yeah.
They remastered like all of them for this gen. Did you say I wouldn't make it, or I would?
You would. You would.
I think I would. I'm going to try them out. I mean, we're in the drought of nothing to play right now.
You ever play Brutal Legends?
Yes, the Jack Black game.
Kind of like that, except not corny and
okay. Yeah, that
was
a
more
great game.
dark. Yeah,
but
yeah, so they did a top-down Diablo-esque. But
yeah, so it's like Diablo-esque, but you're not like acquiring much loot and like, oh my god. So I was laughing a lot.
Then that's more.
Because you mentioned last week during Dragon Ball Z the review the orbs, right? You collected all these orbs.
Yep.
I'm picking up random orbs and coins in this first level, and I have no idea what they do. And I'm like, okay, something clearly is gonna pop up and be like, spend your red orbs here, and it's like, Nothing popped up. I'm just shooting shit to get it, and I'm like, this is just drab.
This is a fully released game, not a beta.
Fully released game.
And it's coming out to like consoles.
Coming out to consoles, I think,
month?
like this week, next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it'd be a fun game on Switch to like have on a plane, but it's just bland. Like honestly, it is a bland game.
You might as well play the Minecraft Dungeons one. That's
I'm so excited for that. That game looks so good. But then I started playing Hades on. I have it on the Epic Game Store. It's Supergiant. Supergiant's like in my top 5 developers. They did Bastion, Transistor, Pyre.
A lot of the best indie games of all time.
They're all great. They're all great. Hades is similar view, top-down view, but you are it's a dungeon crawler roguelike where you're like going through different rooms and trying to escape hell, and you are the son of Hades, and you're trying to escape hell, and you're getting help from the gods. So like you have a weapon, and you get to choose like a sword or a trident or stuff like that, and then every room that you clear, you get like a reward for clearing that room from enemies. And you like open up basically like a chest, but it's like an orb, and it's got an emblem from one of the gods, like the Greek gods. And you open it up, and you get you get a choice from 3 different abilities that like either equips to your heavy attack or your dash or your whatever. And then different weapons that you have different combinations like with the abilities. Mm-hmm. It's got a great gameplay loop, and it's Supergiant. It makes really fun games to play, and it feels really good to fight and have the combat. And it's got that just a beautiful art style. The music's fantastic. Voice acting's super nice. It's an awesome game. I played like many hours on a Saturday. I just like sat here and just played Hades for ever after playing like a bit of Darksiders Genesis. I like needed to rinse out my mouth.
You needed, yeah.
And I actually got really far in one because it's really great. Like the game, you obviously your different abilities and stuff. Well, some abilities kind of stack in like interesting ways that kind of make you overpowered.
Oh, nice.
And so
like,
I had
like Binding of Isaac type.
Yeah. So like I got like a really good build, and I had a trident where like I threw my trident, and then Zeus like embed it with lightning, and so like it shocked people. Well, then I got an ability that every time I shock somebody with it, it chained to another enemy, and then I got like an upgrade, and it was like chains to another and another. So I would just throw this trident and just keep shocking a bunch of people.
That's awesome.
Just like keep throwing it. And it's all I ever did. I never used any other attack but that, and it got to like almost the end of the game in like one run, and then the next run I got like nothing, and I got destroyed.
That's you're describing like a lot of like road types, but that's very similar to Binding of Isaac, where you get like an OP run and all these items stack.
Oh, it's awesome.
You have like giant tiers, and
then you come back next and you're like screwed. So and then there's
it's like
characters.
This game.
Yeah, and it's fun to like with the Greek mythology of like Zeus is helping you out, and then like Aphrodite, and then like there's sometimes you have to choose between which god you want to help, and like they get pissed off at each other. Like if you choose someone else, it's really fun. I really recommend it. It's on Epic and Steam.
It's in beta, though,
so it's in early access right now.
Yeah, early access. Yeah,
and they keep adding content because I played it when it first came out last year. Because it came out around this time last year, Game Awards 2018 was when it was announced and released in early access, and it was kind of like a shell of a game. Where like they had the general concept, and then I went back this time and they've added so much, and it is great. I really recommend it, and I can't wait for it to fully release because this is a game I will get on Switch and play all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the full release
I would.
Because what happened was when I played a roguelike early access, Dead Cells.
Yep.
Played it right when it came out, and I kind of just like went through it all, and I felt like, yep, I'm done. And they added so much. When I tried to go back, it was like a completely different game, and it didn't feel like how I wanted it.
That's
to
how
feel.
I felt with Dead Cells too.
I was like, damn it! Like I should have just waited for the end, so I didn't have this like like conception of what the game should be, and they change it all.
And they fix a lot of stuff. So did that. So then they released a trailer for the next game that I'm going to talk about, Apex Legends. I don't know if you watched the new character trailer.
Yeah, the
for Revenant, the assassin. I watched that trailer. I was like, well, fuck, I gotta play this game. This is awesome. So I started playing Apex Legends again, and that's just what a great game. What an amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a great shooter. Play it on PlayStation today, James. If you want to come and play, it's free.
Have you heard of Escape from Tarkov?
No, what is that?
That's the new hardcore.
Oh god, the new battle royale.
But this one is like super hardcore.
Oh, why is it so hardcore? Like,
because the way it works is you can go solo, you can go with a team, but there's like it's bare bones, no HUD.
Ugh.
You can loot, but everything is like you need it's like a OG DayZ. If you ever played old mod, but how Battle Royale started, was from a DayZ mod. But you have to like basically create your gun how you want it. Like you'll buy like just the regular gun, and then you can get a silencer, you can get like a clip, you can get ammo, like very much all as a backpack to hold everything. PUBG-esque, but
not janky.
Not janky, and another level above it.
Okay.
Like you can hear sounds from like across the room, like people stepping.
Interesting.
The guns are loud. It's you gotta watch some of the gameplay. It's pretty intense.
I really like
it's very popular right now on Twitch.
I like Apex because it's a little more lighthearted and simplistic.
Yeah.
It's not as hardcore as I think like other ones are, and it's not that hard to win. Like it is, but it's not like PUBG where like you win and you're freaking out because it's like the controls.
PUBG is like heart racing. You are.
And Apex is like, I've had a few games where I've won and been like, oh fuck, that was the last team. Cool, we won. Like it just comes up. Like, oh, I didn't even notice that. There's 4 teams fighting it out.
Yeah, I won faster in Apex Legends than PUBG.
Me too. I've won a lot in Apex, and I've only won twice in PUBG. Still, one of the best moments of my life was winning PUBG with our friend Eric. That was a very intense game. And then I want to talk about Concrete Genie. Do you know what this is?
No.
Okay. It's a small title on PlayStation, exclusive to PS4. Came out last year, like August time, I think, maybe a little later. And it is almost like an animated movie. The art style looks very similar to like a DreamWorks kind of movie. And you play a boy who's like an artist, and his like world's in darkness, and there are these bullies that are really mean to him, and they rip up his notebook and like with all of his drawings, and you go around and like collecting these pages, and it's like almost like a 3D, it's a 3D platformer kind of game, but you're painting like basically graffiti on the walls to like bring back this city into life. And it's like very whimsical, and you make these like genies, but it's just so fun and relaxing, and like it's not, there's like really no enemies. Like sometimes the bullies,
chill game.
Oh, it's so chill, and you're painting, and the way it controls, you're like collecting pages with like different art styles, and like you have to paint on the walls to like bring back like color and light to this section of the world. And it's fun. It's like, I'm really digging it. And I'm really bummed I didn't play it last year, because it definitely would have made my top 10. It's very whimsical, and it's $17 right now on PS4. It's fantastic. It's fun. It does control a little weird because it uses the motion tilt of the controller to paint.
Yeah.
But once you get over that, it feels pretty good. You get like these genies that help you out like on the walls, and you have to like guide them to certain places, and it's very relaxing. The music's nice, and the art style is like spectacular. I actually really recommend this game. It's really fun. So that's all the games that I've been playing. And of course, we played some Halo because we've just been doing that.
Yeah, that's our weekly thing.
It's our weekly thing, and oh, what a great game! Waiting for the better Halo games to be on that collection, because I'm done playing Halo Reach.
So with Concrete Genie, you said is PS4 exclusive.
PS4 exclusive.
Dreamlike, but DreamWorks type.
Yeah, it's like DreamWorks animation? Kind of thing. Yeah, like animation style. It's a really cool art style. I would really check it out. Like almost like claymation-y. And like the way the mouths move, like on like the like face look like a very like old school animation trick. Like it's just like opens and closes. It's a cool game. And there's like a deep meaning to like these bullies that are treating this kid bad, and like they all like you find out backstories on each of these bullies, and like they have like shitty home lives, and it's like why they bully is because it's like a weird allegory for bullying too.
Got it.
It's really good. I really recommend it. It's fun. I would just watch a trailer and kind of see what it is. Maybe I'll throw some B-roll into this, because it's a really fun game, and I haven't beaten it up, but there's like 4 or 5 levels, and I'm on like the 3rd level, and it just knows what it is, and it goes with it, and it's really cool. I'm really sad that it didn't get a lot more recognition, because it's a small title that I think deserved to be more widely recognized.
Bigger, yeah, because I
didn't even heard of it at all. Yeah, which is sad.
Interesting.
Sorry, I'm reading the doc that we have here, and I just wrote James is dumb right before the news. Awesome. All right, let's talk about the news.
I got one more game.
Oh shit! Whoa, surprise game! It's not even on the doc.
One game. No. This is a game I talked about last time, but I didn't beat it last time. Last of Us. Wait, did I beat it last time? No, I didn't beat it last time. No, because I talked about Dragon Ball. Yeah. That's just not a chill game.
No,
but
it's like the opposite of Concrete Genie.
But it's like when I think of the games I used to play as a kid, like on Xbox, Splinter Cell was a big one. Oh. And the stealth aspect in Last of Us, I don't think I've ever played a game recently that is like that.
Yep.
Because it's the stealth in combination with using the environment and conserving your weapons and approaching the situation differently. Like everyone, you can go like guns blazing. You can, and it's not so far much as like Metal Gear, because Metal Gear you have all the weapons in the world. So
yeah,
this one is you're conserving like all hell.
Oh, so is this your first time beating The Last of Us?
Yeah.
What'd you think overall service level? Because obviously you know the story, but
once Last of Us Part 2 starts coming closer, I do have some theories about how it's gonna play out. But because the way it ends, I'm not gonna say how the way it ends, but the way it ends leads me to believe it's set up in a way that it can be interesting. But from the trailer we saw, I don't know. Like the trailer, didn't make me think that was the way, but it made me think it was gonna be like something else. So I'm curious what they doing story.
Did you know the ending going into the game? Like going into play?
No.
Really? All right.
I knew the first part, like not the very, very last part, but I knew like the initial.
Okay, so before the second one comes out, we should do like a little spoiler cast thing to talk about it.
Yeah, we should do like a full go through.
Yeah, I would love that because I think it's now a tradition. I have to mention it once on every show. The Last of Us is my favorite game of all time, and I'm so excited for the sequel, and I'm now excited to talk to you about it. Let's talk about it. I would love to do like a little spoiler cast thing. That'd be fun.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We're doing The Last of Us spoiler cast. Punch it.
Of
Yeah, just on The Last of Us. Oh, God, I can't wait. The thumbnail will be your head on Ellie's head and my head on Joel's head, and it'll look really nice.
It'll just be Joel's head.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the news really quick, and then we'll kind of move through this. But the first story I think is a very big story that's not like talked about. It's being talked about a little bit, but
I haven't seen much on it. When you wrote it out, I had to look it up, and I was like, wow, why isn't this everywhere?
So Dan Houser, who's the co-founder of Rockstar Games, he's the lead writer for like all the major GTA games, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. He's left Rockstar. His brother is still over at Rockstar. So I'll read the quote from Matt Kim over at IGN. Dan Houser, the co-founder of Rockstar Games and the head writer on games like Bully, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, is leaving Rockstar and Take-Two Games. That was Take-Two Interactive, doesn't matter. According to Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of Rockstar Games, Dan Houser, will be leaving the company on March 11th, 2020. He previously worked on numerous GTA games, as well as Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. In a statement published ahead of the company's Q3 2020 financial report, Take-Two said, "We are extremely grateful for his contributions. Rockstar Games has built some of the most critically acclaimed and commercially successful games in the world. A global community of passionate fans and an incredible team, which remains focused on the current and future projects." So I guess Dan Houser, and I'll keep reading because it's actually kind of interesting. Houser already took an extended break that began in the spring of 2019 after the launch of Red Dead 2 in November 2018. Dan, along with his brother Sam Houser, were executives at BMG Interactive before it was acquired by Take-Two, and they founded Rockstar Games in 1998, and obviously made all these GTAs.
So is he retiring, or is it kind of just like finding something else?
We don't know. He hasn't, I don't think, announced what he's doing next.
Yeah, taking he basically took like a sabbatical, and then he like decided he was gonna leave, which sounds like he's burnt out.
Sounds like he's burnt out, and
or he doesn't agree with Take-Two, which I think he doesn't agree with Take-Two because they've been doing. Yeah. They haven't been doing much different unless they're asking like more to be done with the company, which at that point it's like, then I can say like, no, I'm gonna leave because the direction it's going is like pump out more games. No.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a thing too. Is that Take-Two's like, we got to pump out a few more games a year because we're releasing one game every 5 years from Rockstar. But that being said, I mean, GTA 5 is the most successful entertainment thing ever.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where maybe he wants something different, which get back to the grassroots.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he's
like,
just done with games.
These people leaving the companies are like, they are like treasure chests for any game company.
So that's what I think
anyone would take them.
I don't think he's leaving because of anything bad. I don't know him at all and know what's going on. But I wonder what this means for Rockstar. They're losing their head writer for their major franchises. Yeah. Which means I think GTA 6 is written. That's I think that's probably done. It's definitely, the script is done, and GTA 6 is probably coming out next year. So, but I wonder what this means for future projects.
I think they're big enough to where they have people that are capable of doing independent projects or doing games that may not need his direction. Mm-hmm. That being said, having someone as good as he would probably make the games even better. Yeah. Which is like worrying, just like how I feel about Half-Life, where a lot of the writers left, and then they're coming out with Alex.
And Half-Life 3 is coming out. Take it to the bank. Half-Life
It-
Alyx
it-
ends with to be continued. in
Half-Life
3.
Alyx is Half-Life 3. That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
That's the third Half-Life.
Then they would name it Half-Life 3. Whatever.
That's because they can't count the 3, so that's why they can't count it.
Yeah, I know, right? Valve can't count to 3.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was an interesting kind of thing that there could be some lasting repercussions for Rockstar with losing. I do think they're a big enough company to have it not be a problem, but also that's big when you lose your head writer on, especially Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but we've seen
its writing.
We've seen like CEOs and big people leaving companies this past couple years. Reggie left Nintendo.
Yep.
And he kind of was just like done. He
just retired.
He still shows up, but he just like was like, yeah, I'm just gonna spend time with my family.
Yeah.
Which is understandable because when you're leading a company, especially as big as Nintendo of America,
yeah,
it's stress and probably no family time.
I don't imagine that Hauser would be going to another company. I think he's just probably done.
And that's what sucks because I hate when these really important people for gaming, even if they're, let's say, older, they can provide so much insight to a company starting out, established, that could use some guidance on a game or a project. Something that different topic here. South Park. I'm bringing that up.
Yeah.
Matt and Trey, they always seek out like comedians or other writers. So like, hey, we have this idea. What do you think?
Yeah.
And they get like Saturday Night Live people to come in and do a storyboard.
Yeah.
And like think about ideas. And then when they were making their games, they brought people in, and that's what you need. Is even if like these people are done, you can get their insight.
Yeah.
Like they are such valuable consultants that I hope companies realize that, because that's even a big thing in like
big thing
like,
everywhere.
Any other industry,
media,
any other industry, you want to establish people in there.
Yeah,
So,
I'm curious. Yeah.
I really hate that when they like just retire, like done, because that's lost knowledge kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
They
right?
have so much experience and wisdom to give to,
especially Rockstar
game companies starting out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like changed the game multiple
especially
times.
Rockstar,
Right?
yeah.
Like changed the industry and how games are made multiple times.
The definitive open world type game.
Multiple times. Like they built the open world, they started it, and then they made it the best open world ever, and then they made it a multiplayer online open world, and then they made fucking Red Dead 2, which is an incredible game. That
so these games always perform. And
I want to talk about games coming out soon. Ubisoft. So a bunch of financial earning reports and calls were this year to investors. They just happened like this month. So our next two stories, they'll be quick, but they're from the earning calls at both companies. Ubisoft will launch 5 AAA games between April 2020 and March 2021. According to their call, we have evolved our organizational structure in recent months in order to strengthen our focus on high potential titles. And we are very excited about the idea of releasing 5 AAA games in 2020 to 2021, said Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot during the Q3 FY, which financial yearly 2020 investor call would be my guess.
yeah.
The games that we know of that are coming out that will be in this are Rainbow Six Quarantine, which is that offshoot of Rainbow Six Siege, Watch Dogs Legions, Gods and Monsters, and there are 2 remaining. And we were going to have a great topic, James, about what these 2 games are. And then Kotaku's own Jason Schreier got online and he goes, oh, the next 2 are Far Cry 6 and Assassin's Creed Ragnarok or whatever it ends up being called. So there you go. I was going to be like, is it Splinter Cell? Are we finally getting Splinter Cell?
Yeah, I was like, man, we were talking about that before. Like, man, the Splinter Cell.
I want a Splinter Cell game so bad. But that's what it is.
Another Far Cry? Hell yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like Far Cry 5.
No, recent Far Cry suck.
Yeah.
Far Cry 3 has probably been the best Far Cry I played in a long time.
Yeah.
Far Cry 2 is good.
Great people love Far Cry 2.
And then like 4 was like, okay. And then 5 was like, that's the ending?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't the world blew up? They launched the nukes? Yeah.
Nuked
Did you ever play the new one, the Far Cry New Dawn?
No, like I refuse to, because that's supposed to be like a continuation. I was like, nope, you're not doing that to me.
I didn't even.
It's like with BioShock Infinite, where they wrap the story around.
I don't understand why everybody loves BioShock Infinite so much.
No, I know, that's why I never.
It's got a cool ending, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I heard someone talking about it, and they're like, "It's one of the best games ever," and I was like, "No,
first one is."
Yeah, that was like when it was that year. It was The Last of Us, GTA 5, and BioShock Infinite for like Game of the Year, and I was like, "How can you think that BioShock Infinite even compares to either of those games?"
Yeah,
like I love BioShock. Yes, me. Anyways, not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
it just makes me angry. And then also, I really liked this next story because it was really funny. It's been a hard week at Blizzard, James.
Oh, it's been a hard year, 2 years.
During their earnings call, the president of Blizzard, J. Allen Brock, I think is how you say him, Brack, answered a question about the criticism of the Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is obviously doing horribly.
Really bad.
Then so this is his quote. I just wanted to read it because I think it's pretty funny. Honestly, it's been a bit of a hard week. Our community has come to expect really amazing things from us, and we've heard from them that we did not achieve that bar. And we can go into all of the other stuff, but obviously Warcraft 3 Reforged came out. It's like very underpowered to what they said it was going to be, just graphically wise. The cutscenes were supposed to have like custom camera angles and stuff, and they do not. There's no competitive like feature that they said they were going to add. And then didn't they remove some actual features from the original game to like
they removed a lot from the original. The custom content that was like the backbone of Warcraft 3 has been severely like hampered.
You know what the custom content is. Any custom content made, Blizzard owns,
and that's they've gone in the total backwards direction from what people wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally not updated. It's like they just remade the game and stripped out a lot of the content that made the original game good, and then called it new and called it like Reforged. But it has horrible ratings. They have automatic refunds
I saw that. If you buy it, you can turn it.
The worst part is they kind of like destroyed the original game. Like basically like they made it so you could not play it. You have to like if you have a copy of it, you have to like use some like second source server type deal to even play the old custom games that you would play, like the original Dota or fun game modes like that. So
I didn't know that.
Seeing it played, it looks so basic. The custom games that people have been trying to make, and all of the originals is gone. Basically.
Huh.
I don't know if they're gonna bring it back up, but you can't even buy the original. It is awful.
This is crazy.
And then we're talking about the cutscenes. So 2 years ago in 2018, they showed some of them.
Yeah, I watched.
And they did a comparison.
Yeah.
And they cut out so much. Like it's awful.
Yeah.
Like,
so
if you wanted to like play this game, you would just be like, this game is from the early 2000s.
So you're a big Blizzard person, obviously. You like Diablo and all that jazz, and I'm a big Overwatch guy. They've been dropping the ball left and right for a while now.
I'm worried.
Yeah, are you worried for Dota 4? Or not Dota 4, Diablo 4?
Overwatch 2, Diablo 4.
Overwatch 2 is weird.
That's just an expansion. Like, I don't even know why they're calling it 2.
I don't either. It's weird.
There's something going on with companies nowadays that are being bought out.
Yeah.
Which is all I'll say. That being said, other companies have kind of been turning the book. Like DICE and Ubisoft, where they were bad, and now they're like coming around and doing good content. So like maybe
EA is working on getting better,
cycle
guys.
where it can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they're working on it.
Yeah. So that's why. And then you have companies that have just Bethesda. That's another one that's kind of like on the down.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come back up. But
I hope Starforge is good.
You have CD Projekt Red have just been doing their own thing and keeping it going. So
yeah,
can't wait for that.
Cyberpunk, that might be a good game. It might be okay.
I
don't know. Whatever.
It may be on the radar.
Yeah. Some people are really excited about it.
But when you have Doom coming out,
we're so close. We're so close to Doom.
I know.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Okay, let's jump to our big topic. I think we can rattle these out.
You didn't mention Doom.
What?
You played Doom.
Oh yeah. I was on twitch.tv/JustJakeBerg playing Doom for our first ever side escaping episode. I was gonna edit it and put it on YouTube, but the audio is not good in the beginning, so I have to record a new intro because the music of Doom is very loud.
Very loud.
Yeah.
It's genty.
It's great. Yeah. So we will be having a new show called Side Escaping popping up where we play video games and talk about them when we're playing them and kind of have them more edited down and condensed and stuff. So look for that in the future. Now, are you ready for our big topic?
Yes.
The topic. All right. These are 50 fun video game questions. Ask your friends, man. Found it online. If you just search 50 fun video game questions to talk to your friends about, they'll be there. I think we can
it's
go
like
through
the cosmopolitan kind of question things.
Yeah. All right. So I'll ask it. You'll give me an answer. I'll give you an answer. All right?
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite game of all time?
Ooh. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Really?
Yep.
James, this changed from when we did our top 5 games of all time.
I went back. I was thinking about it recently.
Yeah.
That game, even when they remade it, you couldn't even remake that game because it's so good. That game's
so good. That game.
And it's lost in time too because I can't go back and play it because of all the. It took the community
I found my copy of it when I was moving. It's the only Xbox 360 game I still have. It's
Dude,
not
I could
even
probably
like a.
I could probably recite like the whole beginning of when like it loads up.
Oh, that game's great.
Really clear.
Mine's obviously The Last of Us. We talked about it. Well, you'll hear about it next week, I'm sure as well. What's a game that you thought you'd liked but actually hated?
Game I thought I would like,
But actually hated.
Hated.
Darksiders Genesis for me, man.
That's a
No, I'm sure there's some other ones too. I was trying to think about that. But yeah, Darksiders Genesis.
Gwent is actually one of those games. Yeah,
That's
I thought I would
answer.
like the game. It plays like chess. It's not a.
So same vein.
Not fun.
What's a really popular game everyone seems to love but you don't?
Fortnite.
Fortnite, interesting. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt you a little bit. Half-Life.
You haven't played it. So
I've
you can't
played
say
part
shit.
of it once. No. All right. No, actually, to be honest,
tell me the beginning of Half-Life 2, and then I'll believe you.
There's a train.
What else?
That's it. I just know they all start on trains.
Yeah.
No, actually, I would say Halo Reach. To be honest, I think that game. People say that's like their favorite Halo game, and I don't get it.
I agree. It's awful. It's probably the worst Halo game.
Yeah, I don't think it's awful because it's so fun, but I think it's a bad Bungie Halo game.
Out of the Halos you've played, it is the worst.
Yes. Well,
that's why like when I think of Halo games, I don't want to be flying around and running around.
Yeah, I hate the whole equipment system.
I want everyone level playing Battlefield.
Is Halo 5 on PC?
There is a Halo 5 like just multiplayer.
I want to play the campaign. I know it's not good, but I want to play it.
It was released and then it was like same thing as it's basically like Halo Reach. Okay. And then Halo Reach came out and that overshadowed it. Yeah. But yeah, for a time people were playing Halo 5. Just a multiplayer.
What's a game you didn't expect to enjoy but end up liking?
Isn't that kind of the same like?
No, because you ended up liking it.
Okay, a game. Sorry, say the question.
Yeah, what's a game you didn't expect to enjoy but ended up enjoying it? They're not worded.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, like something you were like, I don't know if I'll like this, and then you. For me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dragon Ball FighterZ Z. I don't really like fighting games much because I'm not good at them. I actually really enjoyed the game, and I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I could go back and buy that game.
That game's fun because it's the auto combo.
Yeah, I enjoyed that
game. I think Tekken probably one of those.
Tekken, yeah, I think for me some fighting games are like that.
Yeah, some fighting games are they're like most the same thing, but Tekken is like it's in a league of its own. You have like hundreds of fighting moves per.
Actually, I have a good answer for this. Amazing. The first Portal, when I first played it, because I got the orange box, I didn't expect to like it because I heard stuff. People were like, "It's a puzzle game where you shoot."
I remembered the game.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, I remember the game. But go ahead.
Yes, but no, it's just like I didn't expect to like Portal when I heard about it, and then I was like floored.
Mm-hmm.
What was your game?
For me, Left 4 Dead.
Ooh.
Like no clue about this game, and all of my friends were like, "Oh, let's just get it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna spend $60 on this crap," and then I play it, and I could not stop playing it for that night I bought it.
Yeah,
I remember it was like in December, and I was like playing it all night, and it was unlike anything I ever played before. It was incredible the way the campaign worked with zombie fighting. Awesome co-op game. God,
that's a good game. What game?
But like, just at first, I was like, eh.
Yeah, right. What game have you spent the most hours in?
Either League of Legends or Dota 2. Actually, no, it might have been Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4.
Yeah?
Probably have like 500, 600 days in that game.
This is where I'm like, Breath of the Wild's up there because I've beaten it now 3 times, and that's like 80-something hours every time, which is a lot, and that's disgusting.
Dude, that's nothing.
I know. I'm trying to think. It's probably a kid. I mean, I'm sure like Halo 2 probably would be mine.
Yeah, it'd be either Halo or Call of Duty. One of those like so many hours.
And Super Smash Bros. I think that's the series I've spent the most time with, the Super Smash Bros. But
that doesn't keep. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
I wish I knew. Like I had that time somewhere, but definitely something as a kid when I had more time.
All right, I like this question because it's fucking bizarre. If you had to marry the last video game character you played, who would you be marrying, James?
Joel.
Nice. There you go. That's sexy, man. Mine is really sad. I'd be marrying a kid from Concrete Genie, so that's disgusting. I don't approve of marrying children. If you had to live in the world of the last video game you played, what would it be? That sucks to be you. You're living in the fucking apocalypse with clickers.
The apocalypse.
I'm living in a wonderfully colored painting world. That's great. Have you ever had a crush on a video game character?
Yes. I'm pretty sure everyone's had that.
I know, I'm sure. I was as a kid, really big fan of Jessie from Pokemon. Thought she was
Jessie.
Yeah, the Team Rocket lady.
Yes.
Yep. What's the first game you remember playing?
Mine
Mine
it was Riven on PC.
Riven. What is Riven?
That's the sequel to Myst. You ever heard of Myst?
I know what Myst is. I didn't know they made a sequel.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Riven is the sequel.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is the first game I know I ever played. You ever?
I didn't know what I was doing, but I played it. That's
Yeah.
the first game memory on a
Yeah,
PC.
on a PC. Have you ever pretended to be
played it.
sick to get out of something so you could play a game?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So many times in high school, probably.
I had a bunch of people think that I was faking sick. I got the swine flu when it was a big thing.
Oh shit.
But I got like medicine right away, so I was only out of school for 1 week. But it was the week that Modern Warfare 2 came out, and so all I did
one
was
of those
sit on
weeks
my
is what I
couch.
took up. Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be like Modern Warfare 2 or like World at War when a new expansion came out or something like that. When like a new zombies mode came out or something.
Just fake sick.
One of those, like I would just.
My parents got wise to me when I was like, I tried to fake sick to like play video games, and if I was homesick from school, I wasn't allowed to play video games. So like,
Oh, see, my parents worked, so it was great. So they.
oh yeah,
they
see
didn't
now.
know.
My parents are not about that. What game did you last complete? We know that yours is The Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Last complete. Oh, Hellblade: Senua's Saga. Sacrifice. Great game. God, go play that game, guys. Stop watching the show. Go play Hellblade. Jesus. All right.
See you next time.
Yeah. See you next time. This question's redundant. What games are you playing right now? We already talked about that. What do you want to play next, James? What's the big game you're ready to play? Like, if you could pick one game right now, you have it.
God of War.
Ooh, you have that game.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Or Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I think you should play
I'm
God
gonna
of
go
War
God
first.
of War first. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the story of that or no?
God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I seen all the Corey.
That's what I figured. Okay.
I always want to say Balrog. It's Barlog.
Barlog, yeah. But you want to call him
Balrog because of fighting.
I'm sure he gets it all
Barlog.
the time.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn. I feel like I've said it sometimes, but
The game I want to play next is, I think, Doom Eternal. Like, that's the game I'm jonesing for. Oh, Ori. I think Ori is the next major game that I'm...
Ori, yeah.
That's
Ori's
like the
probably
next major game that I want to play.
This month is so dry. I was like looking before this to see what's coming out, and it's like on the release, like, oh, stuff's coming out. There's like PS4 back button mod, some weird stuff is like
That's
expansions. It's like, what is this so dry?
I know, it's bad. Well, it's I love this time of year though, because you get to catch up. Like
Dreams
Dreams is coming out, man. That could be big.
No. I've seen it too.
Okay. In your opinion, what's the best game console? I think ever. What's your favorite game console?
360.
PS4?
That
I think PS4, or to be honest, Nintendo Switch.
I feel like
I think the Switch
the
is
best game console has to be something like I played a lot of.
It's for me.
Like
It's
360.
PS4 Switch.
I owned that for like the longest out of any console.
360 was great too. I think Switch just because it kind of changed things. Like I was like, this is great. The best thing.
PSP?
Yeah, have I ever heard of a PSP? Yeah.
No, had a PSP.
Oh yeah, I thought you were like.
You ever heard of a
PlayStation made
thing
this
called
portable
PlayStation
thing?
Portable?
Yeah, I didn't.
Let me tell you about.
I had a PSP like years and years after, and it was like they jailbroke, so that's like how I played a bunch of like Super Nintendo games.
That's awesome.
That's where I played Super Mario World for the first time. It was on a PSP.
So good.
On a trip to Mammoth, I think is where I started playing Mario World. Great time. Are PC gamers really superior to console gamers? No.
The answer is no. But the meme is funny.
But it is funny.
The PC Master Race.
Oh god, PCs are just a nightmare. We already know James doesn't like
so
Fortnite.
good.
We're not going to ask that question. And then, I love this question, James. Have you ever watched a Twitch stream? Yes, we've watched a Twitch stream.
No.
Have you yourself streamed on Twitch or YouTube? Yes.
Yes.
Jake Burke, twitch.tv/justjake. Okay, cool. Have you ever used a walkthrough on a video game?
Oh, of course.
Me too. I have still to this day my Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time strategy guide.
I never bought the books because they're like expensive. I would just like buy the game, but then I would always go to GameStop and start reading.
You like sit on the floor and read them?
Yeah, reading a little bit, and then they're like, hey, are you gonna buy?
I used to. GameStop had a pretty good deal for a while, where like you'd buy the game and then like $10 or $15 extra, you get the strategy guide. And I used to do that for certain games. Like I had that for Halo 3 because it had a really cool like bestiary with all like the different weapons and like bad guys. And then I had one for Assassin's Creed 2 because I got all the achievements, but I was missing like 1 or 2 feathers. And so I bought the strategy guide to find the feathers because that was before I was like, I can go online and look this up.
Yeah, once the internet came out, I was always online reading, and then there was no video. It was just like written guides, but it was still
game
just as
facts,
good.
game FAQs, baby.
Yep, game facts. Wow.
Oh yeah. This is I think my favorite question in the whole thing. What's the best weapon you've ever used in a game?
Halo 1 sniper.
Yeah.
That when I just hear the camera zoom on that, it is
I love that. Hey, you know what? And that's the thing. Halo sniper pretty consistent through all the games.
Yeah,
it's straight and reach still.
That
I love that
first sniper when you play, it's like this. I'm shooting a guy from across the map, and this is amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've played a lot of games with James St. Charles in our tenure of friends of like 4 or 5 years.
Yes,
I guess isn't a tenure, whatever. Doesn't matter. I have never seen him play a game so well as last week when we played Halo.
Yeah, that was probably the best week
James grabbed his sniper. And he fucking obliterated. We lost the game terribly. We were done.
Yeah, but
he had like 15 kills in a row.
Yeah, I was on a frenzy that
I was blown away. I was well done, James. I wanted to give you a congratulatory
sniper.
shout out.
That's what, and I hate that Halo Reach sniper. It doesn't feel the well. If I got the Halo 3 sniper or something like that,
my favorite. So I have 2 weapons. I think Halo 2 swords.
Okay.
What a great weapon! We used to play a lot of like just swords only.
Yeah. So when sword came out, that was energy
awesome.
swords. Oh
yeah.
Beautiful.
And it was like unlimited ammo back then and stuff.
Yeah, the hammer is ass compared to the sword.
Hammer can fucking die. So that Halo 2, and then shit, I had a good one. I was thinking about this earlier when I was in the bathroom. The God of War axe is really great. It really is, dude. When you call that thing back, it's like that's the coolest thing. I forget. There's something else. I don't know.
But this is the best weapon of all time.
I know.
Is something in Mass Effect maybe?
No, I don't remember. Shit, what was it?
Hammer Dawn. There we go. Let's go.
Oh. Yep, Hammer Dawn. You know what's also great? And it's not actually a good weapon in Halo, but the laser is one of my favorite.
Spartan laser?
Oh my god. I love the way it sounds. I love holding it down. And when you get a cool laser kill, it's like, this is awesome.
When you laser someone, they're like, damn.
Yeah, like when a Warthog flies by and you get it just right and you kill all 3 of them, you're like, this is awesome. But it's not as good as the rocket launcher, so you know.
No.
Okay.
Laser. Gauss Cannon is amazing too.
Has a game storyline ever made you cry?
Yeah, I mean, Last of Us, you tear up a little bit. Like, I don't know how anyone could play that without crying a little bit.
Because they're dead inside.
I'm trying to think if there's one that like really hit hard. I've had a lot of like TV series or like anime that have hit hard.
Hellblade made me cry, and then Last of Us has made me cry. Yeah, probably about it. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff. I cry a lot. I'm an easy crier.
Sure, there's definitely some games.
I'm sure
a lot of maybe some indie games.
Have you ever stopped playing a game because it was too scary? Yes. Many times.
No. I like the scary games.
You're just so fucking tough.
Amnesia is like my favorite.
Oh my god. I had to stop playing Resident Evil 2 on Claire's storyline because of Mr. X. Did you ever play Resident Evil 2?
No, I still have to get on that.
You gotta play it soon. Resident Evil 3 is about to come out.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna work out right before.
Right there. Yeah, that's good. You should. Oh, we should do. All right. I'll talk to you off stream. I have an idea off air. Yeah. All right. What's your favorite game genre?
Shooter.
Third person shooter. Action adventure. Easy.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite fighting class? Warrior, mage, rogue, or anything?
Mage would probably be my favorite.
I love being a warrior. You give me a sword and let me run in there.
I like casting spells.
Let me fuck shit up with a sword. Do you prefer multiplayer games or solo?
Solo.
Me too.
Maybe when I was a kid, I would definitely prefer multiplayer, but solo, like I feel like you have like a one-on-one with like the game.
Yeah.
And that's why even when multiplayer games come out, I want to play the solo player story. Like I want to play the new Call of Duty just for the story. Or something like.
Did you play
Battlefield?
Modern Warfare, the new one?
No.
Me neither. I'm kind of curious. I've heard the story is really good.
Yeah, and I love Call of Duty stories. Which even when I say Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is my favorite game, the story in that game is also great.
It's got the best mission of all time. What is it?
Is it the Black Hawk one?
No, dude. It's the sniper one in the ghillie suit. That first one
sniper
is awesome.
Ghillie's in the mist. Is
that what it's called?
I think that's the mission.
Oh,
yeah,
it's so good.
You're crawling around and then like the tank coming by. Yeah, that is a
it's
great
all
mission.
stealth. It's so good. That's the best.
Stealth sniping.
And the first time, that's the first time a dog jumps on you to crack its neck, and it was like
I thought it was gonna be the one with the AC-130 where you're just like blowing up these buildings, and then after you're done, you go down on the ground and you go finish it.
Still, dude, that game. Oh my god, we gotta talk days about that story. That first game story is so great. Did you ever play Modern Warfare 3 story?
No.
No.
I think after Black Ops 1 is when I stopped, I think.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 story was weird.
I stopped after that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Call of Duty World at War, even that was like okay story. I love playing the campaign on that. Like that's just a fun 4-player campaign. That you
World
just
at
go
War,
and
that was
have fun
Kiefer
with.
Sutherland, right?
Yes.
Well, that's where
Kiefer
Gary
Sutherland.
Gary Oldman was the Russian guy.
Gary
who played
Oldman.
us,
Yes.
And then Gary Oldman came back in Black Ops.
Yes.
I was like the ghost.
Dude, all of it is so great.
What the hell?
That is
Fucking
one
Call
of the
Duty is
greatest
ridiculous.
actors of all time. Yeah.
Gary Oldman's
Gary
great.
Oldman.
I forgot that Gary Oldman was in Call of Duty.
When you
My
said that,
brain's
I was
exploding.
like,
Academy Award winner Gary
that's why you know
Oldman.
Call of Duty came big right after that. Even though Call of Duty, when I think about it, I always think of like Finest Hour and the original ones, and those are good. Called Big Red
Call
1.
of Duty 2. Oh,
But
Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 is one of I think the most underrated shooters. That game's story is incredible.
that game is great, but it didn't reach all the people because
No.
you had still had games like SOCOM
Well, do
and
you
all
know
those
why?
other ones that are on.
That game was on original Xbox when 360 was out. That was the
you're right, yeah.
Because Call of Duty 2 was on
3 came out on 360. I played that and it was like
2 was a launch game for 360.
Yeah, that's great.
And then Call of Duty Big Red 1 was the Xbox version of it and PS2 version.
Yep, PS2.
God, can I play Big Red 1 somewhere? That was a fucking great game.
There's definitely more. I've seen people play Call of Duty 2,
Yeah.
but it does not look good.
No, it doesn't hold
the
up.
servers, but just
sure
like if I want to play
ass.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, it's not the same.
Yeah. Well,
Lost in time, but
those are the first 25 questions. We'll do the next 25 next week, I think. So, James, we forgot we're doing our top 20 games.
yes.
This is your pick. Let's hear it. Let's see if someone's going to veto it this time. Let's see. What are we picking?
Can we name the games that we've done
Oh, yeah.
so far?
So, we've done 3 so far. We've done
Yes.
Super Mario World, Minecraft, and The
Last
Last of Us.
Okay, I'm taking it back. Real back, but at the same time, it's so close that I can almost touch it, like feel it.
Whoa.
This is taking it back to before I was born.
Oh, my gosh. Before 1994?
You may have been born. I believe you were born.
93, probably.
93. This year.
93.
This year is great. There's a little game that came out from a company that was they had some good games coming out. They had a game called Commander Keen. This company is called id Software. And this year they released Doom.
Wow.
The father of first-person shooters.
You're saying Doom on the list, the first one.
Yeah.
This
OG
is the first,
Doom.
This is the first game on the list I have not played.
You haven't played the original Doom.
No, does it
I
hold up?
played it. I played it on a Raspberry Pi. Like
That's,
those little.
oh, okay.
It's so great.
That's
No, I
awesome.
played that as a kid. My dad was obsessed with it too, and he played Quake and all that. And this game, when it came out, even though it wasn't the first-person shooter, the first one, I think it was before Wolfenstein. There was like a little mod, but it wasn't big. This is the father of first-person shooter because the way you interact, it had planes that you can because you can go on little elevators to like go different planes. The enemies, the world had a ceiling. Wolfenstein didn't have a ceiling; it was just one plane.
Yep.
That you walked around, and it had multiplayer, and something that they coined that has forever stayed with first-person shooters: deathmatch. They
Really?
coined deathmatch with that game. Yep,
Wow.
four-player deathmatch.
All
And
right.
it was fast-paced, and it's amazing. It holds up. You could play it right now, and it still plays great. And I was playing it probably 3 or 4 years ago for a class to
It still
demonstrate
plays?
that you could play it on a little Linux microcontroller. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
like,
All right.
I challenged my teacher to it, and he whooped me. But it was fun.
Well, there you have it. We just added Doom to the list. That was, honestly, James, unexpected. An unexpected pick.
You gotta keep it to the OG. I feel like
I
for
like
a lot
it.
of these.
I like it.
The new one is really good.
Yeah, it doesn't compare.
But
Sure.
I think we need some historical.
I like it. No,
for,
I think that's good.
A top game,
Especially
game
Doom. I agree. I'm very excited to
Yeah.
do our rankings eventually when we have all 20. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Where this lies.
But that you play the original Doom, it plays like
So it's
new Doom.
does it still play well
Fast-paced.
today?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing is
Steam?
the only thing that would be jarring for you is you can't jump. But that was just something
Fine.
they didn't have. But you just
is it on
bump around.
Steam?
It has to be on Steam.
Okay.
Yeah, Doom is on Steam. Yep, because I know Doom 2 is on Steam.
Doom 2?
Yeah.
Why didn't they should have called that
right.
game Tomb. Toom. Anyways,
Toom.
not the point. This has been the Side Escape Gaming Podcast. My name is Jake. This is James. Please subscribe, leave a message in the comments, whatever I was trying to say. Let's say a moment. And
DM him.
We'll be here every Monday, so please, send me some DMs.
Yeah.
Get into those DMs.
Let us know.
Let us know what we are doing well at, what we need to do better at, how our hair looks, any of that.
Talk about stuff.
we'll see you next Monday.